Your lashes are fabulous. I have lash envy, sorry, it's one of the things I
well, minors.
I had extensions for a while and then I was just like, I can't do this anymore.
I'm so scared to not do them anymore because every time I like don't have them, I'm like, do I really look like that?
You know what? It's so nice to just be done. Like you wake up in the morning and you're like your lashes and they just
like
on your eyes, like girl, they're amazing. I miss them.
Getting ready to
Yes, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Listen, all the things that we didn't even think about before, right?
Right.
Hello.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, yeah.
Good morning, I'm Christine.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We'll give it a couple more minutes just before we get started. So we do have a couple online as well. So it'll be a fun group.
Morning. I am Christine.
Nice to meet you, Sam Lewis.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
So she got us, sorry, say so.
Yeah, please do.
Big old heads in the way, just let me know. I was forward or backwards.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Couple more minutes just in case anyone else is gonna come in or hop on. But basically the premise of, hold on, just chatted. Tracy, can you hear me now? Good morning, Jordan. Do you guys hear us? Anybody confirm in the chat, please? Perfect, thank you. That's all. All righty, good morning. Okay, so I'm gonna wait just a couple more minutes. I'll try and talk really loud. So sorry for anyone in the room. If anybody else is gonna jump online or come in person, I'm gonna wait just a second, okay? But basically, just to introduce to you guys, the purpose of orientation is to show you guys kwbresources.com. And that's a resource page just for Keller Williams Valentine agents. This is where you guys are gonna go to find a lot of different information in regards to our market center. So what I will do is you know what, I'm gonna scoot a little closer down there just in case that helps for them to hear me a little bit. I'll take my little pile of stuff. She's fine. Alright. This way, hopefully, I'll be doing most of the talking. It makes it a little bit easier. And I'm gonna just crack these doors as well, so that hopefully we don't get too much noise in the background. All right. And that way I can kind of see a little bit better. So I apologize that we're in this room today, guys, but we do have an all-day training today in the training room, so we just had to relocate just a minute. All right, I go ahead. Minimize out of the chat. And I'll give it just one more minute here just to make sure that we're not missing anybody online or. So how's everyone doing today? Good. I know, it's almost Friday, that's always a win. It's true. Yeah.
What day of the week it is sometimes.
It's easy to lose track. And then the weather and all that, so it's easy to get like in the pond. Oh my gosh, I take that corner spot in the lot and literally the entire corner is like yellowy green because all the water pooled over there. And like my tire now has it all over the tire. It's like, oh, that's nice. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and get started. It is 9:30. If anyone jumps on the call, I'll kind of give them a little bit of a recap if I can. But basically, if you guys have any questions during orientation as we're covering things, I personally will forget my question by the end, so I like to shout them out when I have them. So feel free to stop me at any point if you've got any questions. If you prefer to wait until the end, we'll absolutely have time for questions then as well. So I'm just gonna kind of take you guys through this kwbresources.com and yeah. We'll get started, guys. Okay, So if you go to kwbresources.com, and if you guys aren't familiar with this website, this is probably going to be one of the ones that you'll check the most frequently, especially if not it's not exclusive to your first little while as an agent. However, it will be especially beneficial to you guys as you're first starting out. So if you were to navigate to KWB Resources, you will see this wonderful web page here. This is our home page. It'll drop you right on the home page. And the first thing we're going to show you guys here is the new agent tab. I apologize, I don't really actually have a mouse pad right now, so it should be really fun. So under the new agent button within those kind of doors on the front page, if you were to go under here, this is an entire like tab within the website that just kind of shows you guys a lot of information that's more beneficial to you right now. And so right here under the getting started, if you were to click on this learn more button, it'll actually take you to a PDF that's uploaded here on this website, and it just breaks down pretty much all of the onboarding process. So if you guys are in the midst of it, if you haven't started it all the way yet, or if you've even completed it, it just kind of overviews what's going to be asked of you during onboarding, information you might be needing to provide, additional documentation, and it also just gives you an idea of who's going to be reaching out to you, what time you can expect that in terms of like the longevity of your onboarding. And then we also have some things you can do immediately. So even if you are through your onboarding process, I do like to cover that with you guys. The first is obviously getting comfortable with this website because there's a ton of information on it and we want you guys to get comfortable using it. We do have an office calendar that's posted on here as well. So get really familiar with the office calendar, be checking it constantly if you guys are looking for trainings to attend. And I'll show you guys that as well as we kind of get further in. I like to try to show you guys everything at the most convenient time. I do know that there are, and you'll notice there are a lot of different ways to get to the same information on the website. So I do try to show you guys it in kind of succession as a way that would make the most sense to me. And hopefully you guys as you navigate, but of course, if you stumble across another way to do it, don't feel like you have to do it the way I showed you. We also have Ignite, which will actually get started tomorrow. So we're super excited about that. So Ignite's going to be really, really beneficial to you guys as new agents. It's actually a 4-week-long program, and it just kind of gives you the foundation for your real estate career. So it's really, really beneficial. It's not something that you have to feel like to be brand spanking new to attend. If you guys feel like there's any room for improvement in different areas, you're welcome to come to it. It's usually actually recommended for up to 16 transactions a year. So if you guys feel like, you know, maybe I don't want to engage fully for the full 4 weeks because I've got some experience under my belt, but you know, they are going to do with one class on social media. I would love to know how to get better with social media. That's going to be a great class for you guys to attend, and we would love to have you for it. We also have here joining our Facebook pages, which I'll show you guys as we get a little bit further in. We do have attending office meetings, which obviously this is one. So congratulations, guys. You're here for orientation. I'm super excited for you. And the last thing is registering your car with Torrington Preferred Parking. So if anyone here feels like, hey, I'm going to be here on a regular basis, it's not like few and far between, I would always recommend just getting your car registered. It's as simple as clicking on the link right here, and it will pull you to the Preferred Parking Services website. And it is specific to our building complex. You'll actually see the outline of it here. You'll notice that we are building 2. So we do have this kind of like yellow chunk of parking that we're supposed to be aiming towards. Obviously with 500 agents, the lot can fill up a little fast, so get as close to as possible. But that parking permit is really just going to show like, hey, I'm supposed to be here. Please don't tell me. We do have a couple of visitor spots as well that are closer to the front of the building. So obviously, if you guys are going to be here just a couple of times a month, although we would love to see you more, if you guys are going to be here a couple of times a month, that's safe for you guys to use. Feel like those are always options for you. But if you do plan to be here regularly, it might not always be as convenient to get that visitor spot for all day long. So we just recommend that you go ahead and do this quick process. It's as simple as putting in your name. You'll create a brief login for it. It'll ask you which building we are, which is building 2, the yellow building. It'll say what your employer information is. You'll say Keller Williams. And then if you scroll a little bit further, you're actually allowed to register up to 3 different vehicles under this pass. So if you've got a spouse, if you've got anybody in your household whose car you may be borrowing, roommate, anything like that, please feel free to register those cars under it as well. Just in case of emergency, you had to take another car to work, you're welcome to do that. I will always say I've never seen anyone get towed here. However, I don't want you guys to go off of my word on that and then be the first. So please just go ahead. If you plan on being here regularly, I would recommend registering for that. And once you guys do have that pass, what it'll be done is it'll be dropped off to our market center here. It'll be left for you guys in the mail room, which is just to the right of Sue's desk in the lobby here. And if you guys are ever struggling to locate it or want a little more information on that, you're more than welcome to talk to Sue about it. She's the one who kind of goes through all of our mail, sorts it, and then puts it all away for you guys. But as a general rule of thumb, everyone is given a mail folder upon onboarding. It's alphabetized by your last name in that same room. Any packages or anything like that that's delivered, we'll have them in that room for you. If it is a package or if it is anything that looks like it's a check intended for you, that's not a commission checks will go straight to Lynn. But if you guys have any checks that are being directed to you or anything like that, Sue will usually email you guys just to let you know, hey, I think there's something package or check maybe in your mail folder, you might want to come by at your earliest convenience just to come pick it up. And she's really good about staying on top of those communications with you guys because she doesn't want you guys to miss out on what you got. On the right hand side here, under basic training, if you were to select learn more, what will happen is it will actually take you to Scott Leroy's website. So Scott Leroy, for those of you who have not already been part of working with them, they're our third-party marketing consultant, and they're absolutely phenomenal. They're responsible for setting up your tech as a KW agent. So you'll get everything between, like, as far as your website to your command login to your email, everything and more. They're very phenomenal and giving you guys like a very quick and seamless process with technology. And they're also really, really incredibly responsive. So if you guys are having issues with anything or you're noticing anything out of place, maybe you need to update some information that's on your marketing profiles, just shoot them an email. It's as simple as contacting support at Scott Leroy Marketing, which you'll see that in there and in your login information. As simple as reaching out to them, they usually get back to you within 5 to 10 minutes. So they're very, very helpful. And I highly recommend talking to them. But just to show you guys really quickly, I'll touch on a couple things on their website because they're not exclusive to just setting up your tech. They do have a lot of information on here as well that's very beneficial to you. The first is I'm going to show you under the agent resources. If you were to go under the training calendar here, it'll take a second. It will show you, it'll ask you to log in, and I will have you guys write this down. Our market center number, you'll see it repeated a lot, but it's just 350. And once you have that information, and you will see that a lot. So 350 is our market center number. That is actually all you need to be able to log in here and see their tech calendar. So basically these are 1 to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. They do offer live tech trainings. I will say that Jules and Leah are 2 tech coordinators in the office. They do a phenomenal job of offering tech trainings every Tuesday, but maybe they're not touching on DocuSign this week, or maybe it's not something quite where I'm at. And I wanted to actually take advantage of learning about Facebook ads. And it looks like, okay, look, they're talking about Facebook ads with Scott Leroy on Friday the 24th, or maybe, Tuesdays sometimes just don't work for your schedule, and that's okay. So in those events, I always encourage you guys, this is a free resource for you to utilize. There's opportunity there for you guys to get comfortable using Scott Leroy and just really taking advantage of your technology and the information in front of you. And so that's just one simple thing. I will say Scott Leroy is also amazing. If you guys are ever trying to get into the QR codes, you want one generated for any specific reason, they have a free QR code generator on here. And usually I just actually will use this search feature right here and type in QR code. It's super easy. And they usually get that back to you. And again, about 24 to 48 hours. So always try to be in advance of your event if you're trying to use it for an event. However, they're super great. And again, free service for you guys. And the next thing I will show you just briefly is under the store option here. If you select just store as a whole, it's going to show you the agentstore.com, which is a partnership that Scott Leroy has. This is actually something that I highly recommend to anybody who does not have a business card and is looking to get some done. Scott Leroy Marketing, their agent store, does a really phenomenal job. And their price point is just very, very great, which is why I always encourage people to come here. One, they have pre-done templates for Keller Williams. They've got probably anywhere between 10 and 20 pre-done templates. So it's super easy for you guys to just plug and chug your information. If you wanted to go the Vistaprint route, make it really pretty and unique to you, I fully understand. If you want to be quick and fast about it, they still allow for customization up to like the finishes, the corners, things like that. So there's opportunity for you to make it your own still. They also offer name tags. And I talk about this because one of the most common questions I think I get as part of your onboarding is, when do I get my business cards? And the answer is as soon as you want them. So really, it's just, I like to show this as a resource for you guys because this is one of the most cost effective. I think I actually have gone through them myself and I was able to get 500 for $39. So it's very cost effective. So if you guys are looking for something that you can guarantee yourself, I would recommend going through the agent store, again, not a requirement. And just for you guys to know, if you're a provisional broker status, you will just need to share that design with Tasha and Sabra to get them to sign off on it, make sure everything looks good, and then you'll be able, I would hate for you guys to print them and then find out there was something missing, is more to the point. So just make sure that you run it by Tasha or Sabra, and I'll show you guys how you can do that in just a moment as well. But I'm going to close out of Scott Leroy for now. And I'm going to go ahead and just scroll it down a little bit. So here, I'm actually just going to talk about the top 2 today, but there's a quick list of Facebook pages. So these Facebook pages that we offer, this first one here is an internal Facebook page for Keller Williams Valentine. So this is our agents and our leadership team only. There are no vendors, there is no client, no nothing on here. It's a private Facebook group, so you will have to request to join. That's something that I'm an admin on there. So as soon as I see a request pop up, I'll be able to accept you. Technically, we do wait until you're officially in the system to do that. So if you're not in the system just yet, but by Friday you will be, I can accept you right on Friday. So once you're inside of this Facebook page here, you will notice, again, so much conversation and activity is going on. People will utilize this. I'm on there all the time talking about what we've got going on in the Market Center, events, trainings, fun things like that. Teresa's sharing different things that she takes away from some of her leadership meetings. It's really great, and it's an opportunity for you guys to connect with other agents, especially I think post-COVID, it's been weird and not everyone's back to in person and everything else. So in the event that, 500 agents don't always fit here on the floor at once. So if you guys are trying to communicate with somebody who's not in the office, or maybe just communicate with as many as you can, this is a great platform to do that. People are constantly, Keller Williams culture, everyone's trying to help you out and help you to grow. So if anyone's got any insight, they're happy to share it. So you can ask anything, one of my favorites, especially as new agents, is, hey, I'm interested in hosting an open house. I'm interested in shadowing an open house. Is anybody available, or does anybody have anything that they're looking to have done? And people will be commenting right away, or, oh, hey, I just messaged you, anything like that. You also see several times that some of our top producers will even post, hey, I need help hosting an open house, or hey, I need someone to do some showings for me. So it's an opportunity for you guys to get your foot in the door right away. But just be mindful and kind of scroll through that often, because you never know what you're going to come across in terms of the opportunities and the connections. And I highly recommend being a part of that Facebook group, because it's where a lot of information streams from. The next one right below it is a similar concept. Again, it's a private group, but this is just our agent, our leadership team, and this also incorporates our vendor partners. So here at Keller Williams, we do, or at least Keller Williams Valentine, we do have an amazing vendor program here, built up of a lot of amazing vendors who are vetted by our own agents, and they're all part of this Facebook page. So if you guys are, again, looking for anyone in particular, maybe I have not met an electrician that I love using, or hey, you know what, my painter, he's busy, is there anybody else? If you guys would like, that Facebook page is a great way for you to get connected. You'll be able to see all of these people and what their professions are. They're posting constantly. Sometimes they're sharing deals, things that their services, anything like that. And of course, with Facebook, one of the great things is that there's that search feature. So if you guys are looking to, hey, I just need to find a plumber, just type in plumber. Anybody that we've vetted that's been a part of the vendor program will populate right away. You'll be able to get plugged in. And that's just a great way for you to get that rule of 3 in terms of quotes for your clients. So I just wanted to share those 2 are probably the biggest and most beneficial, I think, right away to join. So go ahead, like I said, shoot over some requests, and as soon as I get back to my desk, I can take a look and start approving. But the next little bit here, again, this is still all under that new agent tab. If we go a little bit further down, you'll see Kellerisms. I'm not going to click on it today. This is actually a handout that will be printed off for anybody who is attending Ignite tomorrow. The Kellerisms is really just a breakdown PDF of all the language you'll hear here at Keller Williams. So you notice, hey, I have no idea what a capper is. I have no idea what the 33 touch program is, anything like that. And you're maybe a little too shy to ask, which you don't have. However, if you are feeling shy, or it's 3 in the morning and I just need to understand what this means, that's a really great reference for you guys, because it takes everything you'll hear in Keller Williams and puts it into real world terms, if that makes sense. And so that's something that I just highly recommend as you're first starting out. If you've got some questions, that's a great reference for you. As you scroll a little further, you will navigate down here to Command. So Command, for those of you who do not know, is our CRM here at Keller Williams. It was built for Keller Williams by Keller Williams, and it's actually come a long way from where it's been. And we're super excited. They actually just relaunched a lot with it. So it's going to be doing so much more than it previously was. It's going to be great. But if you guys are, especially as you're transitioning and getting comfortable using command, especially if it's the first time using command, if you've got any questions, there's several avenues you can go in terms of getting those answered. However, one, if you think that this is something that will work for your learning style, is answers.kw.com. If you go to answers.kw.com, it's an entire webpage of frequently asked questions about command. So if you're just looking for a quick, I just need to read maybe a little bit about it, that's a really great avenue for you to explore. Again, I know not everyone's learning style is reading descriptions on how to do something. So if that's not something that you think is going to work, don't worry about necessarily referencing it. However, it is there for anybody who thinks it would be beneficial. Again, it's that 3 a.m. oh crap, I need help. That's a great time for you to look at that. The other sister website to this is ideas.kw.com. So ideas.kw.com is built up entirely of your suggestions and feedback about command. So if you're noticing, hey, I know you guys just hit a major transition, it looks like this one button's not quite communicating like it should be, anything like that, or maybe this would be more convenient or seamless if we just did one or two tweaks to it, share that on ideas.kw.com. They're always looking for feedback. They're always looking to improve what they've got. I'll be honest, it's not something that I monitor. That's Keller Williams International. That's their entire Keller Williams program. So don't be looking for an email back to me like, hey, I loved your suggestion, because I won't see it. But please do use that if you guys have feedback to share. They're always looking, they want it to be seamless and easy to use. So anybody and everybody is welcome to provide feedback. A little bit further down here is access to that training calendar. But again, like I said, there is an easier way to get to it. So I will wait and show you that until it's a little bit more easy to get to. But at the bottom here, we do have how to book a conference room. So one of the great resources here that we provide to you guys as agents is access to our conference rooms, this being one of them. So we have about, I think it's 6. I think we have 6 conference rooms here on this floor, and they all vary in their capacity. So if you guys are ever looking to have a client in for a consultation, you guys are looking for a coaching session, anything like that, you think, I just benefit from being in a private space to have this conversation, you guys are welcome to book our conference rooms. I think we usually prefer that you limit it to 2 hours a day, just so that they can be on rotation for everybody. But to book a conference room, what you'll do is you'll register here. You'll create a quick account with, I think it's Sketa is the name of the website, and then it'll allow you to start booking conference rooms. If you guys are noticing any difficulty with this, just let me know, because one of the great things is that I'm an admin on the page, so I can go in and adjust anything that needs tweaking, or I can try to fix any user settings that might be messing you up. So please keep me in communication if you're having issues with the conference rooms. But we do, like I said, they vary between, I think, 4 to this one's 10. So there's a lot of opportunity for you guys to be able to utilize the conference rooms and take advantage of that space. It just kind of, again, it's nice because then you don't have to take them back to your office. Maybe my office is a little messy. I don't want you guys to see that. So feel free to use these conference rooms. They're great, and they're here for you guys to use. So again, if my mouse would work, that was just all under that new agent tab. So like I said, this website has so much information on it. So I will say that just do your best to digest what I'm sharing. Obviously, I know you guys are taking notes, which I appreciate. If you've got any questions, always shout them out. But we will keep chugging along here, and I'll show you everything about. So here you will see all of our wonderful leadership team and our roles on leadership. So you'll be able to get to know, and I promise, so that looks like this is getting chopped off. I will say that for some reason our website is, depends on your monitor dimension. So on my computer, it's perfect, bright as rain, love it. On your computer, it might be, I don't know, here it's getting chopped off. So I apologize, I am not that bad at my job. It does look better on my computer. But so here are, like I said, our leadership team, their specialties, their roles here, and also their point of contact. So if you're not quite sure, hey, I haven't met the director of coaching yet, I just want to, who was that again? Oh, it's Michelle. Cool, now I can email Michelle using that email. So super, super easy, and just kind of gives you a quick directory of who's who and how we can help you. A little bit further down, our wonderful tech coordinators, Jules and Leah, they usually will post a video of the week. Sometimes it's every other week, this one actually being an ultimate overview. They've kept up for quite some time because it's been so beneficial to our agents. But this is a 25-minute ultimate overview of command and DocuSign. So again, it's really great because that's kind of that on-demand training. So, hey, my schedule's crazy, or I have an appointment, I can't watch that just yet. But this is available to you at those 3 a.m. I can't sleep. I'll watch about command, I guess. So if that's you and you enjoy watching command at 3 a.m., go for it. I'm excited for you. But that's going to explain a lot of information for you guys and just give you a really good rundown. If you notice anything's kind of seeming maybe inconsistent now that they've made some updates to command, you can always reach out to Jules and Leah as well and say, hey, I was watching your video and I noticed this, but with the recent update, I just want to make sure that that's still correct. I was noticing it was a little weird. They're so happy to answer your questions and to help walk you through how to use this at the highest level, because they want it to be a high level, a high functioning opportunity for you, where you can start to kind of like leverage your business through commands. You don't even have to worry about hiring somebody like right away because you've got commands. So definitely take advantage of all of their services and the information that they offer. But if you scroll a little bit further down here, you will notice our office calendar. So our office calendar, you'll see here is the whole month. And you can even pan forward to the next couple months in advance if you want, so you can see what we've got going on. But this shows you literally an entire overview of everything that we offer in the Market Center the entire month. So if you guys are looking for any trainings, hey, what's going on? I've got a free Tuesday, like what's going on next week? You can start, you'll notice it gets a little cropped off here, but if you just click on any of it, you'll be able to see information about the event, the description, any flyers that have been attached as well, registration links if that's necessary. So if you scroll, like we've got tea groups are listed on here, so you know when those are as well. So please do use this as often as you like. That's usually where I recommend you guys start if you're having questions about trainings and things like that. This is a great, just kind of everything at once. If you guys are noticing, again, I've still got some questions that I just don't feel like were covered here, always reach out to me because this is kind of my baby. I work really closely with the calendar, so I've got a lot of that information if you don't see it already posted. But I do try to be as transparent as possible and give you guys all the information I've got about an event, so you can decide right then and there if it's beneficial to your business and you want to be taking advantage of it. I will say that even tomorrow, we've already got some exciting stuff going on. We do have Ignite launches tomorrow. So anybody who's curious in Ignite, please do come. We would be happy to have you. And we also have Miss Heather Skinner, our agent spotlight for tomorrow. So she is from 1 to 2 p.m. And that's, again, open to all agents. I will say, as a general rule of thumb, almost everything on this calendar is open to anybody and everybody. Anything that's exclusive to coaching clients, you'll see it posted as such. So if you're not in the coaching program, talk to Michelle. You can absolutely try to squeeze in as a guest, or you can talk to her about joining coaching. But if you guys are just looking to attend or you're in coaching, you absolutely can. But this one is, again, open to everybody, but it's Agent Spotlight with Heather Skinner. We do this monthly. We try to interview one of our mega agents and get to know, like, what did you guys do to start out? How does your business look? What are you doing now? What were your pitfalls? What are you trying to encourage people to do that you could have done better right away? And Heather is actually very, very known for her farming. She's amazing at farming neighborhoods in a cost-effective manner. So if you guys are looking at trying to farm your own neighborhood, maybe farm a different neighborhood, that's a great one to be a part of. She does it at a very high level, and she actually just spoke at a panel for family reunion about it. So that's a great person to come see. So if you guys have opportunity or availability tomorrow afternoon, I would recommend being here. But again, I'm not going to show you everything because that would take up probably the entire rest of our time here. But please take a good look at the calendar and just start signing up for anything that sounds like it would help you out. We even have like a financial series kicking off next week, and that's one that I highly recommend. Eric's amazing. This is just to kind of give you a little overview of some of those recurring meetings for the office that you'll see. We've got ALC meetings are the 3rd Tuesday of every month. We've also got team meetings, which are the 2nd and 4th Tuesday of every month, and Tech Tuesdays, which are every Tuesday from 1 to 2:30 p.m. So you'll notice that Tuesdays are kind of our crazy days. So please come in all the Tuesdays if you want. We'd love to see you more often, but Tuesdays are a great time to be here. Team meetings especially, because we just get an opportunity to celebrate welcome our new agents, celebrate our top producers, celebrate everything that's going on in the Market Center, talk about the market. There's just so much going on. You also get an opportunity to meet vendors as well, because we invite, I believe, up to 8 vendors come in as well. So you can start networking with them. So it's really fun. It's a great way to start your Tuesday. A little bit further down, we also have Miss Sabra and Miss Tasha, our wonderful Vic and our Vic associate, Miss Tasha. So if you guys are having any questions, or you guys need to, hey, I need to get my business card approved, you guys can reach out. I usually recommend for administrative questions, i.e. like non-urgent. I always recommend reaching out to the kwbalantinevic@gmail.com, because that's a email that both Sabra and Tasha monitor. So again, it's just an extra set of eyes that can see that email. So if it's not urgent, we always recommend going that route, just because it's it increases the probability that they will answer you even faster. But obviously, if it's legal and your hair is on fire, please contact Sabra directly. So Sabra's information is posted there as well. Tasha Viney, however, she is in the office 3 days a week. So if you guys are looking to have a one-on-one conversation or you have an inquiry while you happen to be here, her office hours are posted as well. So Sabra's not always in the office, but Tasha is, and Tasha is equally knowledgeable. So please utilize both as an amazing resource. Both are incredibly friendly. They're here to help you guys. So be open to them with your questions and they will be happy to answer them for you. Scroll just a little bit further. Here we have our wonderful Agent Leadership Council. So these are some of our top producers in the Market Center who have volunteered a little bit of their time to represent different committees here at KW Valentine. So they're here to try and make constant improvements and changes to Valentine so that we can continue to grow. We've got different committees. Some of them are, we've got Growth Committee, we've got a Social and KW Cares Committee, and we also have Career Development. Career Development focuses on what we're bringing into the Market Center as trainings. Social and KW Cares do a lot of fundraising. They plan the fun parties and the fun events. And our Growth Committee is all about building your profit share. So building your downline and passive income. So if you guys have any inquiries or you want to be a part of those conversations, they each meet monthly. You'll see that information posted on the office reads of the office calendar. You'll be able to see all that information. And also, again, there's contact information right there. So if you guys want to just reach out to any of them, you see them in the hall. Again, all incredibly friendly individuals who would love to have conversations with you about what they're doing at KW Valentine. So please feel free to stop any of them if you want to know, hey, maybe I'll drop a suggestion about something I'd love to see here as a training. Talk to Oksana, talk to Amber. Again, they're all here to hear feedback and they want to help to continually grow Valentine. A little further down, we do have some of our wonderful coaches here in the Market Center. So what we always say as part of your onboarding process, we give you 3 pillars of mentorship. So your first pillar is going to be a productivity coach. Your productivity coach is they're an amazing individual. They are here to help you guys to goal set and to strategize to achieve those goals. So they're going to stay kind of updated on where we're at with what our goal is and then where we're at with achieving that. If we're a little bit slower and behind pace, then they'll reach out and say, okay, have our numbers changed? Or are we a little bit behind and we need to kick it in high gear? And they'll help you guys to strategize around different tactics and how to make sure that number is continuing to grow and you're achieving those goals. So they're really, really great about getting to know you and what your goals are for your business and trying to help give you information that you guys can employ in your business to help make it happen. Your second pillar of mentorship is a T group partner, or as we call them T group partners, but they stand for transaction group partners. So these individuals are all seasoned agents. I'm not sure what Sharon's, oh, there it goes. It didn't load. I was like, that's not Sharon's picture. So all of these individuals are seasoned agents who all have ample experience and comfort and familiarity with our contracts and forms. So if you guys are trying to learn those forms and maybe you want to go into that first transaction with the utmost confidence, I recommend taking advantage. These individuals meet weekly. So everyone is assigned to a T group partner right away. If you notice that you guys have any scheduling conflicts, I can't take advantage because Connie's Wednesday meetings just don't work for me. That's okay. Just let me know. Always reach out to me because I'm happy to make changes. If it's truly a scheduling conflict, I want you to take advantage of this resource. So I will move you guys to a group where you can most benefit from it. I will say Sabra is currently our solely South Carolina focused T group partner. So you gentlemen are both with Sabra right now as a T group partner because she's going to be chunking down. Basically, they kind of outline it where I think it's 16 weeks. They chunk down every form that you guys are going to be using in a transaction so that you get the most information and it's digestible, it's not overwhelming. And so Sabra, obviously focusing solely on South Carolina, you guys will be getting everything pertinent to you and where you're at. You won't be learning about North Carolina forms when you're like, that has nothing to do with me. So Sabra is South Carolina. If anybody goes on to get their North, or if you guys go on to get a South Carolina license, I'll be happy to put you in touch with them as well. So you can take advantage of the other states focus as well. But everybody else, but primarily focuses on North Carolina because that's usually what we see here. We've got a small handful of South Carolina licensed or dual license agents, but predominantly if anybody's got just one, it's usually North. So again, please let me know, be in communication if any of those scheduling conflicts happen for you when I assign you a T group partner, if you've not already been assigned one, because I want you guys to be able to utilize that resource. And the third and final pillar of our mentorship here are these wonderful ladies. They are our first step partners. So they're really, really instrumental in those first 3 months of you being here, whether that's again as a brand new agent to real estate or even brand new to KW Valentine. This is a really, really great opportunity for you guys, because they're really just here to check in on you and make sure everything's going well. They're just kind of like an extra friend when you first start out. They will be sending you what's known as a 30, 60, 90 ramp up. And essentially what that is, I believe it's through Google Sheets. Again, this is not a graded thing, so you don't have to check and make sure you do every single thing on there. But if you guys are really feeling, okay, I have truly no idea what I need to be working on right now, I'm just super overwhelmed, I'm lost, any of that, I always recommend reference that 30, 60, 90 that they send you, because it just gives you a point of direction. It breaks it down by week as to things you guys can be working on that are gonna help benefit you to build momentum in your business overall. So that, again, it's just a point of direction and clarity in the times of uncertainty. So highly recommend referencing that. But other than that, these individuals are kind of KW Valentine experts, if you will. So they'll be able to tell you, hey, this is actually the parking pass link that you need. And if they don't know it, they'll loop me in. We'll all have a fun conversation. But really they're beneficial because they're going to check in on you guys in the first few weeks, first few months that you're here. I know Carrie Rabinowitz is really diligent with her phone calls. She calls you guys, I think it's every Monday. She tries to call you guys. It's not, if it's not every, it's every other. And she just checks in and she said, hey, you know, if they don't answer my call and they don't call me back, I know they're good. So, but if you guys want to have a conversation with her because you have questions or maybe you just want to talk to somebody, all of them are so friendly and they're here to talk to you guys and help you out when you're first getting started. A little further down, this is just access to some of the other websites, helpful links, things like that, but it's all accessible through the top bar here, which is what I'm going to go ahead and show you. And I'll just get us back to the top. So the next tab I'm going to quickly show you guys, if my mouse wants to play this, is the FAQs tab. So if you're not sure who on leadership you should be asking a question about this particular topic, this is just a general overview. If you guys have questions about your agent bill, if you hover over that tile, it'll tell you Lynn Davis is who you can contact. And I'll share her email with you. If you have a question about DocuSign, my mouse plays nice, you guys can contact Julia Designs, and it shares their contact information. So again, it's not going to cover every single question under the sun, but it does give you like a ballpark idea of who's responsible for what and who you should be reaching out to. If you're ever really uncertain as to who that person is, you can always come to me first for that question. I'll help field it for you and get you in touch with who's got the answer. But this is a great kind of, again, just a general rule of thumb as to who I can contact about different things, because we want you guys to obviously have the answers as possible. Under here, under these on-demand training tab, you will notice it's password protected. I love that it already memorized the password. That's cool. But what I will do is I will share the password with you guys. So Christian, I know you got the Wi-Fi password earlier. It's pretty much the exact same thing. Gotcha. So it's a capital B, lowercase a, M, C, M as in man, not N, 350, and then that's it. There is no punctuation. It's just capital B, lowercase AMC 350, and that will give you access behind this password protected tab. It will also give you access to the tab just to the right, which is also password protected. Under on-demand training, if you guys select this on-demand button here, what it will do is it will pop you over to our YouTube channel. So KW Valentine has a YouTube channel. This is actually, I will say, this is just for our recurring meetings as a market center. So if you guys miss Agent Spotlight's not going to be posted here. I will potentially walk away with recording from it. So you're always welcome to ask if you absolutely couldn't make it. But we really want to encourage you guys to be here in the office. We think it's great because you not only get the opportunity to be here live and engaged, you can ask questions. You know, you really just kind of get that collaborative effort. So we always want you guys to be here live for those trainings, but if you ever miss them, always reach out. But if you are missing an orientation, if you miss team meeting, if you miss compliance orientation, any of those, we do have recordings shared here that you guys are welcome to look at any point. I do a pretty good job of uploading them every couple weeks. So at most you really would see it maybe 2 weeks behind. But if you ever notice, hey, a recording is not posted here that I was looking for, always reach out to me because I probably do have access. I will say that algorithmically, YouTube cannot always play nice with me, and sometimes it will boot my videos down as I'm trying to upload them, saying that it violated something when I promise it doesn't. So in that event, what I end up doing is I just hold on to the recording. It just doesn't get published, unfortunately, because I can't beat the robots, I guess. So in that event, if you're noticing something specific is missing, just reach out to me and say, hey, I was looking for this one Tech Tuesday class, but I didn't see it posted. By chance, did you get a recording? And I'll happily send it your way. But this is a really great resource for you guys if you ever miss anything. I know team meetings from 11 to 12 on Tuesdays aren't always convenient for people to make. So in that event, always reference the information shared there so you guys can feel like you were still there and got the same content. On the right-hand side here under Command on Demand, if you click on Command on Demand, and this is where I hope My mouse is not gonna move fast enough today to get to that video. So Scott Leroy Marketing has a YouTube channel as well, and this is built up of all kinds of tech related videos in terms of navigating your tech, maximizing and utilizing your tech. So if you guys have any questions in regards to that, and you feel like, hey, I'm really great with tutorial kind of YouTube video style, this is where it's at. So they do publish just about everything they do. They have tech tips that are range between a couple minutes to 10 minutes. They have full classes that they upload here as well. So if you guys miss any of the classes, if you guys just want a quick video, they cover just about anything under the sun, even all the way to social media and how you can be maximizing Facebook, things like that. So please do check out this. Again, it's that on-demand option. So if maybe, again, I either missed a training or, I just can't make that, this is something that's available to you guys in the evenings. I usually highly recommend this to anybody that's dual career because it's a great opportunity for you still to be plugged in and learning, but also not having to stress about making it to the office on time. I'm going to close out of it. And you guys, again, please feel free to dive into that. Where'd my mouse go? Dive into that at any point. If you think that tutorial style really works for you. If you're an in-person, I want to be able to ask my questions up front, then that's okay too. We do offer Jules and Leah's Amazing Tech Tuesdays. Just a little bit of information here towards the bottom about Ignite. I won't necessarily bother you all guys with that. But under office resources, the next tab over, you'll notice we have our advertising guidelines posted. So if you guys are looking like, hey, what needs to be on that flyer legally? What needs to be on my business card? Do I need to do anything a certain way before it's legal for me to share? This is a great reference point for you guys. I would always recommend that you check out the advertising guidelines first before doing anything, especially in that provisional broker status, just in case, because I don't want anyone to go to real estate jail. And then the next one right below it is the do not call list, which again is of equal importance for you guys. So if you are not already familiar with the do not call list, I would highly recommend selecting that and getting started, looking at it, because it does have an overview of how to get registered and get all the information you need. So do use the do not call list information here, and I recommend doing both of those, getting comfortable with them as early as possible. But otherwise, just under office resources, again, it memorized that password, but it's the same as everyone already wrote down. On the left-hand side here, under general forms, if you were to select get forms, it's going to actually take you to a Google Drive folder that Miss Sabra put together herself. And it just covers a lot of the KW Valentine specific forms. So these are not your state forms. This is not, your normal listing agreement. This is just kind of showing you guys anything that's specific to us. If it's disclosing partnerships that we have to your clients, if it's about your working with real estate agents, it's an inter-office referral agreement, things like that. That's where you guys can find all of those populated into one. They even have she even has some fun ones that are just helpful, where it's from walk in to walk through. So it's just a lot of great information to share here in this Google Drive folder. So if anyone's struggling to locate forms, I highly recommend just double checking in here just to make sure it wasn't shared here instead. But as a general rule of thumb, once you guys have your NERDS number correctly and put it into command or into DocuSign, and you guys are set, and your form should automatically populate in there for you. If you're ever having issues with it though, you can always reach out to Jules and Leah because they've got a lot of information. Gladly. Yeah. All right, close out. So again, that's all on the left-hand side. Those were North Carolina. So guys, you guys will look at the South Carolina side. So same forms just for South Carolina on this right-hand side here. And then in the middle, under, if my mouse plays nice, in the middle are our office checklists. And again, a similar concept. Sabra built up a Google Drive folder just for your use. Again, this was just something she thought could add an extra element of confidence for you guys and getting comfortable using everything. So these break down every side of every possible transaction you may encounter as a North Carolina or South Carolina agent. And you'll notice that they're labeled and titled accordingly. So if you guys were looking for that North Carolina listing, if you click on this one, it will literally break down again, kind of everything you can expect in a transaction, assuming obviously this is a relatively normal transaction. We all have special transactions. But so if it's a relatively normal one, this is kind of what you can be expecting and what will be required of you. So you guys can always utilize that information, print them off if you like to physically sit there and check them off. If you like to just kind of glance at it right before you go into a listing appointment, anything like that, absolutely fine. But again, it's just a resource there. If you think it would be beneficial to you, especially for starting out, use it as much as you guys would like to. It's there for you for a reason. A little bit further down, CE Shop is also noted here as well under office resources. We do partner with the CE Shop here, and that's a continuing education opportunity for you guys. If you were to select the Find Classes button, it will take you to their website here. And it allows you to look, I mean, it does kind of, it's not just North and South Carolina, guys, they do just about every state. So if you have any interest in getting your license in any of these states, whether that's exam prep, post-licensing, pre-licensing, any of the above, it's all shared right here. And they are constantly running discounts as well. And you can see those posted here. So you guys will also be able to see the breakdown of the packages they offer and the pricing difference with the discounts applied. So I think that's a really great resource for you guys if you're ever looking to try and get a quick deal on something, especially as you're trying to get those CE hours in. This is a great opportunity for you to do that. There's two other things I like to talk about specific to the CE shop while we're on this page. If you guys have ever dabbled with the idea of whether or not self-paced would work really well for your learning style, they do offer free trials of self-paced learning. So if you're not sure, maybe that's going to be easier for me than going to Superior for my next license, you're welcome to do a free trial. It's up to a week. And you guys can check it out. If it's a great fit, then go ahead and subscribe and continue on with it right then and there. But if it's not, you get to walk away. You don't have to worry about any fees, anything like that kicking in at the end. So it's a great opportunity for you to try and also not fail at the same time. So if you guys are looking to try and see self-paced would be a great style for you, that's an opportunity through the CE shop. And the other thing I do like to share here is under Agent Essentials. If you go down and you select this Hot Topics button, they do have a library shared here of ebooks, podcasts, videos, and more. And it's just all amazing information. So not only is it informative to you guys as an agent, it's informative to clients. Some of it's just funny. So if you guys are looking to share this information on social media, I know for me, I'm not licensed, but one of the things I always feel like I hear is the value of diversifying what you're sharing on your social media, because it allows to gain more traffic on occasion. So in that event, if you guys want to try and switch things up, see if you get more traffic to your page, you guys can share this. I mean, it's available to you as a free resource. So start here, start sharing some of this stuff. If you're ever struggling to figure out, hey, what do I post today? You guys can absolutely share a link to something here. Like I said, there are some funny ones, there are some more serious ones. So whatever you feel like best fits what you're looking for, you're welcome to not only benefit from it yourself, but share it with your clients and potential future clients as well. And again, there's so much information on here. I'm not going to bother you guys with sharing all of it, but that's just a little bit to share to start. And a little bit further, we do have access to a KWB Valentine floor plan. I've never needed to reference it personally, but if you guys would like to reference it for any reason, or if you guys are struggling to find your way, that's a great opportunity for you to look at the floor plan here. It's a figure 8, so it does get confusing. And a little bit lower down here, we also do have information about KWB Valentine specific. So if you guys are, hey, I want to go get my South Carolina license, I haven't done that yet. What's our firm license number? You guys can find information like that right here. Hey, I want to go get my North Carolina license. I didn't have that yet. That's your firm license number for North Carolina. So important numbers like that. If you guys are looking for any on contracts forms or trying to get applications for a license, this is where you guys can find a lot of that information. We have Wi-Fi information shared here as well. So market center number, things like that. So if you guys are looking for any of this, I would always recommend start here. It's under office resources at the very bottom of the page. If you still can't find it, or maybe the number specifically I'm looking for is not shared there, that's all right. Always reach out to me, reach out to Tasha or Sabra. Anybody can absolutely try to get you that information. We're happy to do it for you. Alrighty, so again, all that's under the office resources. So just as a quick rule of thumb for you guys, as you guys are looking for the office training calendar, if you click on office calendar, it does all the work for you and it gets you right where you want to go. So I always recommend just click on that button when you first get to the page. But I will go ahead and share a little bit here as well. So there's only a few that I'll really take the time to click on in these next two, just because out of respect for your time, and also we're getting close on time here. But under tech resources, we do have so much great information. You have access to the Tech Tuesday calendar. It is shared all in that giant calendar that we have, but if you were looking for a more specific breakdown, they share that. We also have Marty Miller for Teams. So if anybody has ever, like, again, if you like to chunk things down so it's easier and it doesn't feel like it's overwhelming, I fully respect that. I'm the same way. Marty Miller for Teams is a 66-day challenge. And at the very end, you guys will have completed a marketing profile, but every single day you're looking at videos that are 10 minutes or less. So it's pretty easy. Again, it makes it very simple to do and kind of just slow little bits here and there. So it's not overwhelming. It's not confusing. And it's just a really great resource. They update it constantly as well. I know that Abby Wilson, if anyone goes on to meet her, she actually, anybody who's ever joined her team, she's had do Marty Miller for Teams because she feels like there's so much value to it. So again, there's no requirement for you guys to go that route. However, if that's something that you prefer to do, please do. We also have access again, like Command, Scott Leroy. So just similar, same access, just different spot on the web page. If you jump over here to the helpful links tab, I'll cover a couple things here. If you guys ever miss an ALC meeting, but you guys would like to know what they discussed, the conversations they had and decisions made that they're going to employ to the Market Center, that's where you guys can see a Google Drive folder of our current ALC meetings. You can see, or meeting minutes, so you can see anything that was talked about dating back, I think, as far as really the year goes usually. So this time you'll only see like 1 or 2, but normally it can build up to about 12. We also have access to our prayer request form. So first and foremost, obviously, if there's ever anything going on in your lives, always reach out to us as leadership team just to let us know, because we want to know if we can be praying for you. We want to know if there's more that we could be doing even beyond that in any way to help you guys out, because we take family very seriously, and being an agent of our office means that you guys are our family. So please always keep us clued in on anything that's going on. I know sometimes it's hard to talk about some stuff, but it's all, if you feel comfortable sharing it, we want to know so that we can be doing everything in our power to help you guys. We do have a prayer request form if you guys wanted to ever fill that out instead of coming to us directly. Sometimes it just makes you feel a little more comfortable when you're not quite saying it directly to somebody. I know at least I feel that way sometimes. So if that would be your preference, you're welcome to fill that out. You're welcome to even specify in there like, hey, if you guys wanted, I'd love more prayer power, tell everybody, tell anybody in the Market Center, make an announcement about it, and we'll do that for you. So keep us updated. Really, more than anything that's just here is always let us know if there's something going on, because we care and we want to help you guys through everything that we can. But the next thing a little bit lower is KW Perks. So if you guys have not heard of KW Perks, it's something that Keller Williams actually recently rolled out, and it's access to basically discounted insurance. So instead of shopping around on the marketplace and dealing with those crazy rates, you guys can still shop rates between different insurance companies, but KW Perks, they said on average, I might be misquoting it, I think it was 30% off. Agents are usually saving on average. So at the very worst, you find out, okay, that's not really gonna give me a discount, but at least you checked and you saw, okay, well, cool, maybe I can get a discount. So do use that. I know that as independent contractors, that's a really fun part of being an independent contractor, no benefits. So use KW Perks, because that's a great spot for you guys at least to look when you're first starting out. A little bit further down here, we also do have discount codes to our real estate school partners. So the CE shop being one of them. So that will take you to that dual branded website that we already looked at, and you guys will be able to take advantage of any of the discounts that they're offering. I also do get updates from Barbara Wilkinson, who works with CE shop. So anytime that they're offering a special deal, like 45% off for 1 day only, she'll tell me about that, and I'll post it to the Facebook page that we have. And it's up there at 8 a.m. is usually when I have them go up. So it's first thing, and you guys can take advantage of that deal all day long. And the other one here is Superior School of Real Estate. We also partner with now, and that's a continuous 30% off discount. So any classes, whether that's pre-licensing, post-licensing, or CE, I think, well, but I know pre and post, you would have to double check me on that, but click on that. It will take you to, again, our branded website with them, and it'll allow you access to those discount codes. So I know that CE shop is not usually live classes. That's usually that self-paced, and then Superior, obviously you can get to do more in person. So whatever you think is best for your learning style, there is now access to discounts for it either way. We also have access here to scheduling a conference room. Again, probably a little easier than digging through all of that new agent tab that we shared. The next thing below that is strategic vendor partners. If you were to click on that, which I will show you, this is our vendor spreadsheet. So if you guys are looking for our vetted vendors in our program, this is an entire breakdown by industry of who those people are. If you were to scroll left to right, which I won't necessarily take the time to make you dizzy doing that. If you guys scroll left to right, you'll be able to see their emails, their phone numbers. Obviously, you can see here who our specific contact is, but it breaks down the services that they offer. It also shares any websites that they have. So it's really a very built up spreadsheet here. So, hey, crap, I totally forgot to access that Facebook page that Liz shared. That's okay, because you guys can still see who everyone is with our program, and you guys can utilize this at any point. This is a live document, so as we add vendors to our program or take any off, usually it's more adding than taking off, but as we add people, you'll be able to see that populate right away. So again, constantly check it, especially if you're looking for a quote from somebody or you need help with anything. We do organize them by their industry to make it simple. You'll notice here though, for example, landscaping, we only have one listed. it. So if you guys ever encounter a landscaper that you loved working with, tell us about it. PJ Kennedy is actually kind of like the heading the vendor program right now. So if you guys are like, hey, I love this landscaper, PJ, would you just give him a call and see if he'd be interested in the opportunities here? PJ will gladly do that. He will talk to him about everything that's available to him as a vendor partner. And if the landscaper is interested, we'll go ahead and get them signed up right there on the spot, and you'll see their name here too. So if you guys work with people you love and you want to see them benefit from the opportunities here, help them help you, and kind of establish that symbiotic relationship, then reach out, let us know who you love, and we'll try and get them to join our market center for sure. But yeah, so there's a ton of people on here. I will close out of that, but again, all that was under the helpful links. At the very bottom, you'll also see Think Like a CEO podcast, which is Jay Papazan and Gary Keller, an amazing podcast. Book recommendations, Keller Inc., which is access to some of the books. We do sell a lot of the books here at the Market Center. You also can usually find them on Amazon, but Keller Inc. does specifically offer some. I think they offer some more even in-depth version, like they have for like materials as well and things like that for different stuff. But Outfront Magazine, I will share with you guys. Outfront Magazine, like a magazine, publishes monthly. The reason I do like to talk about that one is if you guys are planning to have a heavy social media presence as a way of marketing yourself, Outfront Magazine as a monthly publish, they will share an entire month's calendar, a post a day, like an idea of what you guys can post every single day. So it's a rainy Thursday. What do I tell anybody? It's only the 2nd of March. There's nothing super exciting. Outfront Magazine will have pre-decided something that would be a great idea to share. So if you guys want to make it like, I don't even want to think, I just want to have an active profile, that's a great way for you to do it. You literally can follow every single thing they tell you to do, and you'll have an entire completed month of posts. So always recommend that one if you guys plan to have a heavy social media presence. Sometimes it's hard to think of what to share. So that's a great resource for you guys to reference if you guys are ever wondering. If you click on this Facebook button right here, it will take you straight to our private Facebook group between leadership and agents, not the vendor one, but just that, the main one that we usually utilize. You click on that, it'll take you right there, and you guys can ask for approval on the spot. And the next one here is I need tech help. If you guys are trying to schedule, Jules and Leah offer a 30-minute free consultation. So if you guys want to sit down with them and just have a conversation either about, hey, can you help me understand my technology as a baseline, or hey, I think I want to start like with social media. What do you recommend? Because they're great with social media. Please do reach out to them. It's as simple as clicking on this. Any blue circle is available time slots, and you can select a meeting time. If you were to hit confirm, type your name, your email, you can specify if you want to meet here or on Zoom. And then you can also share a little bit of information about what you want to talk about so they can be prepared for the conversation. But they're amazing. They do offer not only helping you to understand your technology and maximizing it. They also offer concierge marketing services. So as you guys grow, if you're interested in leveraging out and trying to say, hey, I don't really want to do postcard mailers, I hate that, they'll do it for you. So reach out to them if you're at a point in your business where that's something that's of interest to you. Talk to them about their pricing. They also offer a new agent package. So talk to them about what that looks like. They have so much amazing stuff. So be great friends with them because they're awesome. And they're going to be super, super helpful in getting you guys to understand your technology and using it to the best of your ability. I will close out of that. And there's technically one other thing I will show you guys today, and it is not part of this website. This is something new that I'm trying to share in orientation. So if it's okay with you guys, I will go ahead and share with that now, and then we'll do questions right after. So what I'm going to show you is if we were to go to a separate website, it's called mykw.kw.com. If you go to mykw.kw.com, it's going to ask you to log in. Your login information, if you guys have already received your tech setup from Scott Leroy, your login information will be the same as your command login at the very top of that PDF. So I'll go ahead and put mine in. I guess I won't put mine in. I thought it was fine. And an email has been sent to the address here. What? Why? How weird. That's so strange. Maybe it's because it wants me to log in. Okay, I'm gonna log into my Gmail. But let's see if that makes it. So it's fine later. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize it was gonna make me do an extra step today. Wow, that's giant. Wow, that was ridiculous. They want to play nice. That's not it. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, maybe I will show you, maybe I won't. Why is it huge? I just don't understand. Who set it to that? Oh, there you go. It's 150. That's nice. But it didn't do it to any of the other stuff. That's what's so weird to me. Okay, make that more reasonable. Okay, so we'll try one more time here to get us to where we want to go. Normally, though, what I was going to share with you guys is how you guys can do office email blasts. Because that's a big one in terms of saying, hey, I want to do an open house. Does anyone have one available? Okay, I'm gonna try one more time. Okay. There we go. Wow, that was painful. Sorry, guys. So if you guys get into the intranet again using your normal KW login information, once you're into the intranet, or I guess this is just my KW.com right now, you will want to get to the intranet. So we've got two access points. One, you'll see here, there's a little tiny, like on this gray bar. I usually end up finding myself under the quick links here though. If you guys go to this intranet button at the bottom left, oh my gosh, why? What? I'm already logged in. Okay, well, that's very frustrating. I'm so sorry, everybody. I don't know why it's being such a pain. This does not happen on my computer, and I don't think it will on yours. I just think it's because. Okay, that's right, because I missed a letter. I'm so sorry. How embarrassing. Okay. So basically what I was going to share with you guys, and I will gladly do like a screen recording of just this and share it with everyone who's here today. Essentially though, once you log into the intranet, you will see it's very similar kind of structure. You'll see basically, and I'll try to explain it in a way that will make sense. You'll see that there's associate posts, office posts, there's like the blend, and these are all just kind of like categories. And then you'll see a bunch of like posts right underneath that, right? So if you guys ever want to send out an office email blast, what you would do is you'll click that associate post button. You would hit create post, and then or I guess you'll hit create post, which is a red button to the like middle, right? It's probably like right where the access my reports button would be. So there'll be a create a post button. You'll click create a post. It will ask you what kind of post you want to create. That's when you'll say associate post. I think that's one of the only ones that you guys will have access to. As leadership, I've got a couple other ones that populate on mine. So when you hit create a post, you'll be able to type in, you'll come up with a title. There's a character max on that. And then there's like a blurb that you guys can share. And then again, there's a character max on that. Both are required to make the post. You guys felt like, okay, my 140 characters, I need a lot more than that. There's a small button right below that that says create full post or something along those lines where you can share more information in addition to that. And then once you guys are all done with that, you guys can attach PDFs as well. I'm not sure. I think it's receptive to JPEGs, but if you guys had like a PNG, sometimes it might boot that. So try and change the format if it does boot the file for you. I will say it does like only one file at a time. So if you guys have a bunch of pictures to share, I'd recommend putting that into like a combined PDF file or something like that, which we can always talk about at a later date. However, once you guys have created your post, what you'll do is you will just hit publish post. There's a red button at the very bottom. It will say publish post. When you hit publish, what will happen is it will blast out to the entire office through our emails. So anybody that's on our distribution list, which is something I monitor, which is all our agents, our leadership team, it will get blasted out to everybody. And that's for you guys. It's just as simple as hitting the publish button. So if you guys are ever noticing any issues with that, always reach out to me. I'm happy to kind of like play around and see what I can help with. But because you guys are associates, it's that simple. And it will show up in everyone's email. So all you have to do is say, hey, I want to host an open house. And then in your blurb say, hey, I'm so-and-so, here's my phone number. I'm free this date, please reach out to me if you've got an availability, or if you're looking for help, and they'll reach right out to you. The great thing too is that not only is this blasted out to everybody, but in that same thread of all those posts, it will sit there as well. So if anybody wants to go in or they're searching, maybe it's gotten buried, and that usually like a week, 2 weeks, it might get lost, but you can search and say Christian, and then like it'll come up. Anybody who has the name Christian or uses the term Christian in there, it will come up right away. So you guys will be able to still reference any of that content. It won't disappear on you. So there's multiple avenues there. And then, so that's a way for you guys to blast out emails. That's also a way for you guys to also see if somebody posted something saying, hey, I'm hosting an open house, and maybe the email didn't want to open nicely, go straight to the internet. You'll be able to see it in that thread of like the library of posts. You'll be able to see at the top, oh my gosh, somebody wants an open house to be held. Like, let me click on that. And it's that easy normally. Apparently not today, but normally it is that easy. So you guys are, that's really one of the best communication methods if you're trying to reach the most amount of people, that and posting to the Facebook page. So I always recommend that. I'm so sorry that I couldn't show you a better version of this, but I will still try to get you a quick recording so it makes a little bit more sense than what I just kind of explained. And then also, if you guys were ever curious and trying to search for maybe a referral agent, anything like that, the white pages is a great place as well. And I'm not sure if this will look nice. Okay, that's nice. So if you go in, you can search for different people. You can search for market centers, but usually you would search for an associate. You can type their name first and last if you know their username, if you knew any of this other information. But if you guys were looking, hey, I'm just looking for someone in Wilmington. Type in Wilmington and you'll see a huge slew of agents that are in Wilmington. So if you guys are looking for a referral partner that you just don't have somebody in that area yet, that's a way to do it. But I will say another common one is on Facebook. Just say, hey, anyone got someone great in Wilmington? And people will be flooding it with screenshots of contacts, and it's great. So I highly recommend, just again, feel like you can communicate with anybody. We are all here to help. That's part of Keller Williams culture, and we seriously embrace that here, and we want you guys to know that. So if you have questions, never feel embarrassed or shy, always raise your hand and somebody will gladly give you some assistance. So with all that being said, and all this craziness, is there any specific questions anybody might have? I will say one other thing I may have neglected to mention, Christian actually came and got his key fob already. So if anybody here needs a key fob to the building that does not have one already, and I might wait on yours until Friday, if that's okay. I trust you, but I might wait until Friday. But if anybody needs a key fob to the building that does not already have one, your key fob will give you 24/7 access to this floor. So normally what happens is the double doors downstairs will lock, and that's usually from, I can never remember the hours. I think it's 6 a.m. to like 7 p.m. They will lock anytime around that. So if you guys, and that's for Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they're always locked. So if you guys are going to need to be here on the weekend, which probably at some point, or if you guys want to do that crazy late hour or crazy early morning, you're welcome to. You'll just need a key fob to be able to access the building. So it's as simple as you just come by me. That's part of your office joining fee. So you've already paid for your key fob. You don't have to stress anything like that. I will just go ahead and share that information with Sue. She'll get it activated for you. That key fob can also be good for a fitness center that we have here. It's not this building, it's one like just over yonder. And so Sue will, again, she loves to take people over there to show you guys. So always ask Sue, maybe not when it's raining, she might not want to do it today. But we do have a fitness center. And again, part of your onboarding paperwork, there's a fitness waiver that you guys have actually already signed. So if you guys have interest in having it also for the gym, tell me, I can activate yours for the gym too. And that's free to you guys to use. There's no payment affiliated with that. As part of the office park, you guys get free access to that gym. So I'm happy to get you guys situated with that. So anyone who needs a key fob that's here today, anybody online, if you have not already gotten a key fob, that's okay. Just come to me the next time you're in the office, and it's super quick process. I will just get you a key fob. I'm going to type it on my spreadsheet and it's all yours. But other than that, does anybody have any specific questions based off of stuff we covered today? I do feel like this usually ends with me word vomiting on you guys, and then you're like, I have no idea what you just talked about. If that's you, that's okay. That's absolutely okay. What I always say is go home, go through the website. If you're like, oh God, I don't remember how she did that, then reach out to me and I will gladly field all the questions. But if anybody actually can coherently process a question somehow that has one, I think something just came up in the chat here. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Perfect. Oh, thanks, Jordan. If you guys need key fobs and haven't already gotten one, just come to me whenever you're here next. I'm happy to get it for you. But if there's any other questions in this room, anybody? Yes.
When are we allowed to like actually start marketing and getting the business cards and sending those out and doing?
You're good to go. So your license is active.
Okay.
And I think right now you're just waiting on Canopy access, if I have that right.
I think so.
Okay,
yes.
so anybody here in this room and online, if you're still here, Canopy, if you've not already heard from them, they will call you. They're gonna call you usually within 7 to 10 business days of onboarding. So gentlemen, yours might be coming in the next week or so. So if you see a weird number, you might want to answer it just for this little bit here. So answer it, and usually it's them calling you, they're gonna discuss payment information with you. Once they go over that, they're also gonna tell you that there's a couple orientations I think that they require as well. All of that, you guys can ask them any questions specific to Canopy with them then. And then you guys will be able to get access to the platform. But as of right now, you guys both have active licenses. You're both affiliated with our firm. So you guys are welcome to start promoting and talking and getting those conversations out there as early as you'd like.
So, with that said, are
Mhm.
you already start representing clients and all that as well, right?
You should be, the only thing is because you're waiting on Canopy, you won't be able to search and use which is the only thing that sucks, but that will come within, again, like a week or two, so I really wouldn't worry about that. If you don't have anybody who's like, I am ready right now, when can we start looking? If you're just trying to get people to know that you're in real estate now, then go ahead and start sharing, absolutely.
Am I able to access the MLS yet? Or
So that's Canopy.
that's Canada.
Yes, yep, sorry,
Yep.
it's a little confused. So yes, same thing,
Gotcha.
so that will be coming to you very shortly, and if you guys do not hear from them within that 7 to 10 business days, whenever that is for you guys, then reach out to them directly. I have a phone number for them, so you can absolutely, hey Liz, I haven't heard from them, I'll shoot you their phone number and you guys can get in touch with them.
Okay.
Yes, is there anything?
I have a T group question. So since I'm licensed in both North and South,
Mhm.
if I get assigned to a T group, which I'm excited about,
Yeah.
can I also do the South Carolina group? Cause I like to sit in on, I haven't done a ton of work in South Carolina. I'm primarily North, but so I don't forget what I've learned.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like to sit in on
Yeah.
forms for South Carolina too.
I love when you guys are going to learn, because that makes me feel really excited. So yes, I will gladly, what I'll probably do is I might like assign you to your North Carolina first or something like along those lines. But what I will do is I will say, hey, Sabra, we're also gonna be a South Carolina situation. So, and that she will basically she does hers through Zoom anyway. So Sabra's South Carolina are always Zoom. And so she will be kind of like, not on, I wouldn't say on demand, because there's still that time for that, but you will be able to do that, not necessarily in the office. You still would only come in once a week for the North Carolina.
That's
But
great.
yes, I'll get you in touch with both of them so you can take advantage of both whenever it makes sense. for
Great,
you.
thank you.
Yeah, of course. Anybody else? Okay, well then, thank you guys so much for being here. I know it's a really crappy Tuesday or Thursday, wow. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. I'm always here for questions, so if you've got any, please don't be a stranger. I think most of you know where I sit, so feel free to come and ask me questions anytime.
I want you to keep up.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead. If anyone's still on here, I'm gonna say goodbye. You guys have a great rest of your day. Jordan, you too. Thank you. And I'll see you next week.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.